you can literally just ask the universe for what you want. The universe can give you every single answer that you've ever wanted. This is what happens to me. A few years ago, I was extremely sick, and I realized that this probably has something to do with the fact that I repressed all of my emotions. I'm afraid to be myself around people. I'm afraid of criticism. I'm afraid of judgment. I just intuited that this has something to do with the fact that I'm sick. You know, the body keeps score. And so I was trying to heal this, but I was like, what is even the proper way to feel your emotions? Like, are you supposed to feel the negative emotions and sit with them and let yourself experience them? Or are you supposed to be grateful and not dwell on the bad things in your life? And so I was confused about what is the proper way to even heal and feel your emotions. And I asked the universe for help with this, and I just started having all these life experiences that gave me the answers I was looking for and led me to the answers to my questions. And then I started writing this workbook about it with all of the things I was learning. A lot of it even just came from my own mind and my own observations or downloads from the universe. A lot of it wasn't even from an external source. And I started making this workbook really for myself, to help myself process my emotions and to have a reference for all the things I was learning. And it really just felt like I was channeling the information from some sort of spiritual source. And then when I finished the workbook, I took a step back and I was like, I'm claiming that if you feel your emotions, it'll heal your trauma, it'll heal your anxiety from the past and all these things. And I was like, I don't know if I can publish this because I don't know if that's true. It felt like it was true when I was writing it and when I was channeling it, but on a logical level, I don't know if that's true. And I don't know if it's morally sound for me to publish this. And then I went through a breakup. My 5-year relationship ended, and I sat with all of the grief, and I applied all of the concepts I wrote about in my workbook to my life. And I really faced all of that pain and let myself feel it. And it felt like it brought up all this grief from childhood and all these things that I never had processed and allowed myself to feel, which I feel like is what happens for every person who goes through a breakup. It brings up all of your childhood wounds, because a lot of times we have never faced and processed these things properly. And so I applied the things that I wrote in the workbook to my life, and I no longer experience anxiety. It literally healed all of my trauma. I just no longer really have fears about the future. I don't get physical anxiety sensations, which I used to get every single day of my life, all of the time. I don't know, I could literally talk for an hour about all the different ways it healed my mind and body, but I feel like the universe gave me what I needed, which was confirmation that what I was writing was true and was gonna help people heal.